ladies, gentlemen, gamers, and fellow League of Legends lovers. Welcome back. I am still sick as a fucking dog, and I have still decided to do patch notes. Now, because I've been so sick, I've been tired as shit, I've been kind of busy, arbitrarily, with other things, and my sleeping schedule is fooked, and there's a lot of stress coming up because I have some important meetings and objectives happening soon. But that is not related to League of Legends at all. Here today, we are here for League. We are here to comb my very, very tired and not well brain, half because of the sickness, to see what's happening in League of Legends. So I will be honest, I will admit, I've only played probably, maybe at most, 10 games of the new season. Not to say I don't like the new season, even though it's pretty obvious and people know that ADCs got shafted by the new season. And I called this too. This isn't any of a, not a surprise. But this is where that ADs are bad, but that's not really why I'm not playing. I'm not playing because there's no pass. Hopefully there's a pass soon. Hopefully. But we'll see when that is. But regardless, we're here. We're going to review shit. But it's probably going to be long because it's the first patch after preseason, so they're going to start hammering some of the problems out. Hopefully one of them being AD. But like I said, because I'm really sick, it's waxing and it's waning, weirdly enough. So I'm going to be blowing my nose maybe a lot. So if you don't like gross, icky boy cooties, don't watch. Because my nose has been a hose for mucus. And because I'm so busy, we're going to try to get through this as soon as possible. Either way, let's see what we're going through. So, things are heating up in 14.2. Say hi to Smolder. Oh, yeah, the new ADC's out. Oh, I'm actually really excited about him. I'll give my opinions about him soon. I've already made reaction videos on him, but I'll kind of condense them, hopefully, here. In this week's patch, we're looking to address some of the champions that the 14.1 changes hit the hardest, like Camille and Alolo AI, which, again, I don't have too much experience for. This is where this is going to be kind of hard, because I haven't played much, and I know some things are broken. I've been seeing Lucian by... Weirdly enough, I'm a cutie pie. He's finally come back to League. He's crawled out of his cave and got back to his roots, but he's been playing like some bullshit-ass support Lucian build on ADC, but it's been working, so it's kind of crazy. But anyway, let's see what they're doing. So, Camille Lowy, I have no clue what they're doing. Need to help... need the... Wait, what? Some champs like Camille and Lowy need the help due to terrain changes. Oh, so they suck. While others like Ezreal and Fizz struggled or thrived with the new items at their disposal. Ezreal probably sucked ass. Fizz probably ate ass. I saw this clip of a Fizz autoing a Samira who eat on him and he one-shot her. And I was like, wow. There was literally no counterplay. Which League apparently loves, but not against ADCs. In addition to champion balance changes, we're also returning a few of the items to get them into better places. But that's not all. We have a whole list of quality of life changes. Make sure you check out the sections below on Vanguard. Wait, Vanguard? What? Vanguard? What the fuck is that? On Vanguard and our Windows 7, 8, and 8.1 depreciation coming in the next few patches. Oh! Damn, so old Windows is not getting supported anymore. Let's go. Everyone has Windows 10. Hopefully. Okay, mid-patch update. So, they did a mid-patch update. So, it's actually great that I waited. Because I would have missed these. So, we have Brand Jungle getting slightly nerfed. Blaze and Max Health per stack getting nerfed as well. So Brand is too good. I can believe it. Rumble. Base AD is up. E damage is down. Oh no, up. Oh shit. Okay, so they want Rumble to poke more. I can see it too. Rumble is not that good anymore. Timon. E on hit damage is going up by a little bit. Okay, that's not bad. That's pretty good. Teemo is probably ass too, especially in the higher ranks. And then bug fixes. Fixed a bug that caused champions to gain adaptive stats when hit by Graves' smokescreen. Wow. Fixed a bug that causes Karthus passive form to grant MR with his W? What are these random ass bugs? These bugs are so weird. Fixed a bug that caused Twisted Fates and red cards to not properly slow the primary target. Those are some really weird mean bugs. Those are pretty significant. Wow. Alright, patch highlights. So we have the new skins, which, again, rest in peace, Rendered 20. I'm always going to say it. But I heard there's some controversy, and I'm going to describe about that a little bit. But I barely know anything about these skins except the Yasuo skin. I actually didn't even remember what line it was because that's how out of the loop I am. But apparently it's some primal shit. What the fuck? That's crazy. Anyway, Vanguard. So this is the thing they're introducing. This is the anti-cheat that they talked about in all the videos I reacted to with all the new season stuff coming. A lot of people are pretty scared about this because I believe it goes to the kernel level. But Riot is basically saying like, oh, don't worry, trust us. Even though after they laid off 11% of their staff recently, they're like, oh, trust us. You know, we're not going to do anything bad, and we need this, and this is in Valorant, and it's good there, so it's good here, so we're good. But anyway, Vanguard is Riot's proprietary anti-cheat that will be required for basically pretty much, I believe, all of Riot's stuff. They're saying just League and Teamfight Tactics, but I don't believe that. I believe it's everything. Starting in 4.2, we will run a diagnostic check to see if your computer is ready. If not, please get ready. If originally you failed this, it will rerun at a later point, or you can rerun it yourself. And this means that it will not be active or used yet, even though they're probably shadow installing it. Who knows? This is just to give players heads up before they take over your system and make it Riot's system. This is where all the gaming companies, similar to the companies of real life like Google and Amazon, are basically becoming a monopoly and are going to try to own your system and beat the fuck out of the other competitors like rabid dogs. But anyway. Windows minimum spec update. So, beginning Wednesday. Wow, that's in like a month. Holy shit. We are updating our minimum requirements, and they're no longer supporting Windows 7, 8, 8.1. To maintain the stability and performance, they basically need to do this, and this is good because League, it needs to be in the modern age. This is fine. This is fine. If you use Windows 8 still and you're playing on League, get with the fucking program. Even though it should be perfectly allowed, you should play on Windows 8. I feel like it is old enough to where it's like whatever, which kind of makes me sad because I'm getting old and I'm sick. I'm dying. I'm an old man. MMR and matchmaking. So, reducing the amount of games of demotion protection from tier boundaries. Wait. What? So you could demote easier. Oh, shit. This should only affect people who seed/promote into the bottom of a rank and then lose many games in a row. It will make no difference if you've been in the rank for a while. Wow. So they're making the ranks more fluid still. I think that's a good thing. I think once you hit a rank and you just lose like 10 games straight, you should not keep that rank, even though you kind of do. I think that's actually fine. Because if you could rise up very fluidly, but then you could kind of pool at the bottom, but not drop down the tier, it's kind of not good for the ranked ladder. But that's pretty good. That's pretty good, I think. Fix the bug where a small amount of Diamond 1 players would sometimes receive negative LP gains, losing more LP on losses than gaining on wins, which always happens to me. While we cannot immediately resolve this issue for existing accounts, the problem will resolve itself with some games. Wow, that's a bug, they said. That's crazy. Fix the bug where players will be seeded into Iron 4. We're seeded into Iron 2 with negative LP gains. It's fucking Iron. Does it really matter when you go that low? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, my nose. Oh, fuck. Okay, 14.1. So, let's see what Riot thought of their patch. Because I think overall it's pretty good. Obviously, like I predicted, I think mages are fucking ridiculous. I think 80s probably came out the worst. But aside from that, everything else is in between. I think supports are probably pretty good too. Everything else is whatever. I think assassins are decent. But again, I haven't... It's only from what I've seen, not from what I've seen firsthand. So let's see. This is where Riot's probably going to stroke themselves but say, we still have more to go. Because that's always what they do. They give a little bit and then they take a little bit as well. Because that's the safest option. And they're Corpa. So let's see. We've been pretty happy with how 14.1 landed. Yeah, happy enough to lay off 11% of their staff. In terms of bug stability and overall balance, after the hotfix, game time is stable. Even though I heard games are getting longer, which should be good for ADs, but objective balance looks good. Trade-off associated with playing towards top and bot seems to be reasonable. Snowballing is down. That said, we're well aware that the amount of burst in the game is up. Mages. Some of these burst increases are due to Storm Surge and Bloodsong releasing strong. You'll see a nerf in this patch. Cool. We're also increased AP values across the board, as having 200 AP at 3 items was pretty unsatisfying. Ha! Losers. Loser mages. We want to see how these AP increases land to identify which champions' AP ratios or base damages need to be adjusted. Bullshit. We also want to reduce ability haste on items across the board and naturally that meant more of an item's power budget in its burst. So we can use abilities less often, but they're going to hit harder. I think that's pretty good, actually. We're pursuing some burst reductions in 14.2 through some stat shard changes and targeted item championness. Once done, they're going to do an audit on everything and 14.3 is going to be pretty big too, apparently. Our guard now is to get burst levels back in check because ADs are probably crying. They're always crying. So, stat shard changes. What the fuck is this? Is this from runes? I'm so confused. We're updating some stat shards in this patch in order to create more strategic, compelling choices that aren't as punishing when choosing between. Okay. So what are they doing here? So they're making it more valuable. So what's more, unorthodox lane opponents such as mages and bot lane, which is disgusting, tend to throw players off. Yeah, because the ADs suck dick. Leading to non-optimal shard selections that contribute to stall statistical performances on these mages type not being actually as powerful as stats would suggest. Bullshit. Bullshit. They're bullshitting. And this is where there's a lot of clips of Riot Freak out there. I don't know if he still works at Riot after the great culling they just did. But Riot Freak, I've heard so many bad things about. Like, people really hate him in the community because he comes off really, really badly. He has said something that kind of got me upset. And as an AD main, I don't understand how he's saying this, which makes me question, is he even playing the game? He's like, mages and bot lane are not that bad, you know, and this is why they're being used. No, they're being used because ADCs suck. That's why. That's the end of it. Open and shut book. That's it. Like, stop being stupid. Anyway, with that said, we're replacing these less interesting decisions with more in-depth ones, which are less likely to punish players for incorrect selections. Which I actually disagree with this. If you have an incorrect selection, you should be punished. You should try and get your selection right. There's some fucking thought that's needed. Again, Riot is making League more towards holding your hand for everything. But anyway, now you'll be able to choose a non-damage, non-durability option. The flex run choose between... what the fuck does this mean? Okay. So slot 1 is now, instead of armor, you get move speed, which is fine, I guess. You're getting less tanky. Or bonus health. I guess that's fine too. That really just helps against any matchup. Armor and magic resist, you could choose wrong, but I felt like that was good. If you choose right, you're good. If you choose wrong, the enemy either counterplayed you or you're stupid. Okay, so defensive shard options, row 3. So slot 1 is going to health. It's getting nerfed, okay. Tenacity and slow resist, that's good, I guess. Even though they're losing the armor and they're losing the MR, and that's bonus health again. Oh god, I have to stage fuck! Oh, holy my nose so bad. Ugh. Yeah, this patch list is gonna be a mess. Fuck, let me blow my nostrils. See, if I was a girl, I could probably sell my tissues and get a lot of money. That's sad. What a world we live in. Anyway. Okay, jungle companion. So, yeah, basically, this is taking away any mistakes you can make, which I think was good. It was a thing where you had to think. Similar to jungle, with whatever they're doing to jungle, they're making it just so you don't have to think, it's done for you. But due to many junglers losing armor on their first clears, we're increasing jungle heal per second slightly. So, okay, that's just a little bit better. That's cool. So, champion, Smolder. So, Smolder's out. So, let me give my little review of him here. So, the name's Ignatius... Wait, no. Ignacarius Gigantorino Rex Lespes Offerentis. You can call him Smolder. Wow. So, Smolder's the newest AD. He's very simple. Riot either got scared, I think, from all the bullying from all the complicated-ass champs. Like, I don't want to really call Samira complicated, but, like, Aphelios. That's, like, I guess their worst person. And Zeri, which they regret. But Smolder's out. He's a very, very simple AD. He's a little dragon that scales. I feel like his scaling is a little bit weird. So he has a whole gimmick where he infinite scales based on stacks. It's kind of similar to Veigar, where if you hit champions with abilities, you gain stacks. And if you last hit with Q on minions, you gain stacks. But the Q, which I think they should really just do to Veigar's Q to really help the fantasy, Smolder's Q basically gets better the more stacks you get, and it makes it easier to stack too because it becomes a lot big AoE. But Smolder's basically a caster AD. And there's two facets I'd like to tackle this from. One is like the visual thematic side, and the second one is completely separate, which is the gameplay side. Visually and thematically, a lot of people had an issue with him. They said he was too uncanny. He looked too human-like. He looked like a young boya, which I actually agree. I think he looked pretty weird and ugly. I did not like his look. I think they definitely made it better by making him more dragon-like, especially in the face. There's not much they could have done at that point in development, and everyone really knows that. But it would have been great to see him even more dragon-like and monster-like. But unfortunately, that's not what we got. But they tried their best. So I think on that sense, and with the lore side, he's pretty cool. I hate that he's a kid. I hate fucking kids, but he's not that bad. But Gameplay side, I think he's all right. I honestly looked at him. I wish he was a little bit better. I don't think he's that good. I think his infinite scaling isn't that strong per se. Like the stuff he gets from getting his stacks, which are infinite, isn't a lot. It's not like a great amount that's going to help you. I think the biggest thing is the Q probably, but he does help his other abilities too, especially with the on hit from one of his, abilities that just shoots shit at you, the flying one. So is he bad? I don't think so. Is he good? Yeah. Is he gonna be great, like OP crazy? Probably not. Probably not. I never know because maybe they have some weird fucked up AP ratios on him. Uh, Excuse me. But for the most part, I think he's gonna be pretty tame. Probably gonna be okay. Very easy champ. Pretty cool. I'm probably not gonna like him too much because I like all the power being in auto attack focused ADs like Jinx, Vayne, Kog'Maw. I want to say Varus, but not really. I really like ADs who just chunk with their autos, or like most of it's in their autos, even if you have to augment them. Smolder's I don't think gets to that point. I think he's really gonna do damage half with his abilities, half with his autos too. But he's not bad. He's cool. He's whatever. I'm not too excited, but I'm not too sad either. He's new AD, new option. If I want to relax, I'll play him or Ezreal. Who knows? Even though I'm not really playing the game right now. But either way, Smolder is pretty cool. I don't think he's gonna be anything crazy though. Ari, what do I think about Ari? I think Ari is just an overall weak mid laner. She's more mobility than anything. She doesn't scale too well into the late game. However, with the new items, I don't know. So let's see what they're doing. The E cooldown decreased. So Ari lost some of her power, so they're here to just buff it back up. So they're making her able to pick out people more, which is pretty strong. But still no damage, so not that good. But she probably doesn't need it with all the new items. Who knows? Blitzcrank. I actually don't know about Blitzcrank. I think Blitzcrank sucks ass, but again, with the new support items, I haven't really played, and when I do play, all I see is mages in the bot lane, either going AD or support, or casters. I have seen some caster supports now, I'm not going to lie. So, I haven't really seen Blitz, so I don't know where he landed. What are they doing? His base armor decreased, his E damage decreased. Wow, so apparently... Oh, I know why. I know why this is the case. So, I've been seeing people build that stupid top lane item that replaced Divine Sunderer, the one that crits. That shit is actually insane on Blitzcrank. Like, it is wild with the way the math works, how you end up critting level 1 that hard. Because Blitzcrank E already augments his auto damage. And then the stupid item, which I don't know the name of because I haven't really played top lane, basically almost doubles that, or at least gives you like a very stronger crit, which scales with his E on top of it. I don't know if it's additive or multiplicative, but it's really good. It's really fucking good, and it's kind of stupid. So they're nerfing that. So his armor is going down, and his AD on the fist is going down because goddamn that was insane. But that makes total sense. And I'm not memeing about that. I'm not trying to be a sarcastic asshole. Briar, my lovely, lovely vampire wife, who was born from a drop of blood, or GF. I don't know which. I don't really know. Briar has basically, in my opinion, been smacked with a stick like 10 times over the head, and similar to her lore, she's just not dying. So I'm assuming they're probably gonna nerf her again. I think once she's dead in the ground, then they're gonna try and resurrect her. It's gonna be this constant tug of war, except they're tugging really hard on one side where they're killing her, and then they're gonna tug a little bit to just have her body be above the ground. But it's sad because I think Briar's really cool and was really unique, and now she's just gonna be ass. But let's see. So passive healing amp decreased, bleed tick rate decreased. Oh, that's pretty good. Q damage increased, damage type changed to magic. That's disgusting. Now applies on hit effects. That's really good. And life steal. That's really good. W heal on bite adjusted, and critical strike modifier removed. So they basically don't want other builds. So even though Riot likes to, say, oh, we love diversity, we love mages in the bot lane, we love fucking the bot lane, anywhere else it doesn't fly. So her building the stupid lethality build or the crit build, they don't really like. They just want her to be a fighter, which it's sad, less diversity, but again, they want to hold your hand and guide you with what they want, not with what you want, if it's different from what they want. Anyway, Briar's lethality build has been too strong in recent months, while her bruiser build has been struggling to keep up. In this patch, we're bringing the two builds closer together by adding some health and on-hit synergy. Cool, while reducing lethality and crit, like I said. So the healing amp is going down. That's sad. The bleed tick rate is going up. That's good. So the bleed damage is getting unchanged, but it's just going to feel better, which I think is nice. The Q. I am not reading all that math, but I am. Fuck. So the Q now has a AP ratio. I don't know where you'd get AP from aside from Baron, hopefully. And then the defensive reductions is now for MR as well. Oh, so I didn't know it was for only physical. That's actually really good. Holy shit. Because now you do magic. That's interesting. I don't think it's that good, but that should have been the case. Actually, no, it shouldn't, because you only really do physical. Oh god, I have to sneeze. Fuck. Oh, I'm holding it. Fuck. Oh, let me blow my nose. Wow. I apologize for that. Anyway, her W. So the bite heal is now scaling off max health too, so you're incentivized hard to build health. Because it's not off damage dealt anymore. By that much. And then her W no longer can crit. W can still critically strike like a basic attack for 100% total AD. Oh. Okay, so yeah, Briar's a little worse, but a little better if you build her warrior, that's fine. Camille. So Camille, they said needed help. Let's see what she's doing. Apparently, she's not in a good spot because of the terrain changes, which is... I kind of understand a little bit, especially with where the bush is at, maybe. Maybe that has an effect, I'm not sure, but let's see. Her base health, because I think Camille is actually sleeper good. But that was with the old items. I don't know about the new ones. But I feel like Camille was somewhat decently strong. So her base health is going up. That's okay. Her cooldown of her passive is going down a little bit early mid. That's pretty okay. And her Q bonus move speed is going up a lot, I would say, level 1. From 20% to 30%, that's like a 50% buff. That's pretty good. Camille is slightly better. In fact, I would dare to say a little bit more than slightly. Not bad. Darius. I feel like Darius is pretty good. I'm not sure, though. Q mana cost decreased, healing based on mythic health increased, E passive, armor pen increased. With the drop in power from Shardbreaker, Darius has basically been fucked, apparently. These buffs target non-ultimate damage and healing scaling, or sorry, health scaling, because those are the two less frustrating things Darius does. The mana cost buff is... Okay, so what are they doing? The mana cost of Q is slightly down. This does not matter in the least bit, I don't think. The health missing is going from 13 to 15. That's pretty significant, because it adds up because you could hit all 5, you know? Or actually, it heals up to 3. That's actually pretty good. That's not bad. And then the armor pen, which is really strong, is going up from 35 to 40. That's pretty good, too. Darius is also, I think, in the same boat as Camille, pretty decently better. Ezreal. I fucking hate Ezreal. Ezreal sucks. He's one of the worst ADs in the game because he doesn't scale single target. But he's pretty good at what he does, being safe and being annoying. And if you could end the game before late game, which again, apparently the games are getting longer, I don't think he's good, but they're going to buff him. So let's see. And a lot of his items suck dick now. So, surprise, surprise, a lot of ADs suck, Ezreal included. Ezreal's tools were blunted, with items like Ravenous and Serilda's being much more worse on him, which he's an AD, but not really, because look at what he's building. He gained a bit of power from last patch. He hasn't gained enough. So they're buffing his abilities, so he's not reliant on his Q as much, which is weird. Again, it seems like they're taking away just skill expression, because Ezreal is supposed to land his Q. But whatever. So, the damage on the Q is going up slightly, AD-wise, that's fine. The damage on the W is going up slightly, AD-wise, scaling. Interesting. Not by much, though. And then his R. And this is where they don't want to make Ezreal too OP, because he's actually really good. If he's, like, good stat-wise, he's a monster. So they got to be careful with him. But if he's not that good, he kind of sucks. There's not really a decent middle ground. There kind of is, but not really. But either way, my family chokes in the next room next to me. Similar to me. I don't know if they're sick, but I am. The damage of the ult is going up by 50, and the skin is going up. Okay, so the ult is actually hurting a decent amount more. I feel like Ezreal's ult actually does pretty good damage, and for the cooldown it's not bad. So I feel like the ult is the one somewhat redeemable aspect on him, and it's pretty easy to land too. So this is actually a pretty good buff to his ult. Ezreal is also, I think, in Darius and Camille's shoes, pretty slightly better. Not like a little, but a decent bit. Not a lot, but in the middle. Not bad. Fizz, they need to nerf this fucker. Mages are going rampant and insane. So what are they doing? Fizz is swimming in a world of strong assassins, plus he no longer has to build stats he doesn't want in order to access the ones he does. Wow. Isn't that so bad that a champion has to do that? That feels wrong. This resulted in Fizz being overly damaging, yeah, one-shotting an AD with his W. Even the recent micro patch. Oh god, I have to cease. Fuck. So the toning down his ratios to bring his damage in line. Fuck, what are they doing? And how much are they doing it by? So his Q is going down, scaling by 5%. That's nothing. And his W is going down by 10%. That's decent. That is decent. The scaling is going down by 10. That's pretty good. So Fizz is slightly worse. Is it enough? Maybe not, but it's okay. And Fizz does, you know, you should be able to burst somewhat. But not like what he's doing now, which is ridiculous. Maybe a little bit more is needed, but we'll see. Garen. So I feel like similar to Darius, they're probably going to say the same thing. Stride Breaker is gone, so now he sucks. Let's see. So Garen lost out, obviously, because Stride Breaker buffs haven't done enough to bring him back. So they're trying to give him more. What are they doing? So his W damage reduction is now 4 seconds at all ranks. I mean, that's better early, but you don't really need the damage reduction early that much. So it is what it is. I think this is okay, but it's kind of whatever. It's a nonsense change. The E, which is the big one. So the E, which sometimes you have to be a mathematician to really look at these and understand, is the same base damage, the same scaling, but now slightly better AD ratios early. So you're going to have a little bit more damage early. That's fine. That's cool. And probably because it's per spin, it's probably better than we think. Garen is slightly better, but this is kind of a nonsense change. This is below all the other ones above him. He's better, but in the slightest way possible. Gragas. Gragas, I feel like, has been ass for a long time. I don't think he's that good. Ever since he basically wasn't able to kill people, he's been relegated to like a damage-dealing tank. But he's actually been creeping up again. I have seen him here and there. Again, with the old items, not with the new shit. So I don't really know. I think he's probably more ass, though, with all the changes. But let's see. Gragas was another big loser from 14.1. Specifically in the jungle, which should be his main role. Armor growth is going up. Health growth is going up. His explosive cask cooldown is going down. That's pretty good. So apparently all the items he was using, again, either got taken out or fucked. So, I don't know. They're saying this should skew his power towards the jungle. It has no relevance, aside from the base stats, which the armor stats they're changing and stuff are negligible in my opinion. And this explosive cast change is not really specifically for the jungle. You could very well... This can help you in lane. I don't know what they're saying. Gwendolyn! Okay, I love Gwen absolutely to death. I love her lore. I really like her gameplay. After the new patch, I probably feel like she's pretty strong because the biggest thing I think with Gwen was you wanted to build multiple stuff that was mythic, maybe. And now the mage items are pretty good. And maybe she could be worse off because some of the tankiness was taken out of mage items, which she liked. She didn't necessarily need more damage. She just needed more health and stuff. More like, you know, durability, which she got from a lot of health items and stuff. I think they took some of those out, but I don't remember if they were from the ones she built. But if I could guess, I'd probably think she'd probably land out strong, but let's see. We went a little too hard on Gwen. Okay, yeah, so they nerfed her. So we're back to partially reverting the nerf. Yep, I knew it. She was too good. A little bit. So her passive, which is the crux of where most of her damage comes from, her damage is going to scale a little bit better because they nerfed the scaling, but that's fine. So, then we get to Hui, the worst champion in the game, at least mid lane. And let me actually fact check this. Let's see how Hui is doing, because I always check the tier lists and the win rates to see where he is. Let's see where he is in mid. Is he still the worst champion? Oh god, sneeze, fuck. There it is. Oh god, and I feel pain throughout my body with reverberation as my family yells at each other. Anyway, I actually don't even see him in the mid lane tier list here. That's weird. Is Hui not on this? Where is he? Also, LeBlanc and Syndra are apparently really bad. Wait, yeah, Hui's not a mid laner anymore. He's not played mid. There's no way. Is he bot lane? There's no way he's bot lane, right? Okay, he's not an AD. Don't tell me he's in support, because I've been seeing that sick shit too. Oh no. Is he here? I don't see him here either. Okay, apparently he's not even on the tier list, so that's really weird. So that means he's probably so bad he sucks dick. But I think Hui is, again, I've said it before, I'm going to say the same thing. I think Hui just sucks. Like, you have this expectation that this guy's going to do damage, and as a mid laner, he really should. but because they tried to overload his kit and make him like really dumb with all these abilities, they couldn't put a lot of power into most of the abilities. And his damaging combos are really not that damaging. If they're low and if you're good and you can hit it, it'll do a lot if they're slowed or CC'd or alone. But to hit that shit, it's so fucking hard that it's not worth the payoff. The payoff is pretty decent, but the amount of times you're going to hit it is not enough. It's too hard, essentially. And everything else in your kit, aside from that one lightning strike he does with his QW, which already is, again, pretty hard to hit, you're not doing enough. His stuff is either too low range, too little AoE, or doesn't do enough damage if the AoE is decent too with his Rumble ability, with his Rumble ult on his E. Excuse me, on his QE. It's just not good. He's just not fucking good. And I really think they are traumatized from releasing champs that were really good, but I'd rather have that than have shit like this. Hui is a disappointment, and he still is. Anyway, Hui is currently struggling due to lack of ability haste. Bullshit. So we're looking to provide him with more consistent scaling disengage, along with some general agency being lower cooldowns. Yeah, okay. So his cooldown is basically going down by a good amount early, but not enough. Again, unless you could really, really spam these, which the thing you can spam is the Q, but again, the Q is a little hard to hit, doesn't have good range, doesn't have good AoE, and doesn't do enough damage. It's literally suffering on all fronts, in my opinion. Like, they just need to give this guy fucking damage. Like, what's wrong with them? But either way, the E cooldown is decent, and the EQ is now going up in duration, so that is actually pretty decent. That's actually not bad, but again, not solving his main issues. He's becoming more supportive, if anything. You can actually make a better argument to me now, and it's already not a good one, but it's a better one. I'm taking him support. It's fucking stupid. Alolo AI, Illinois. So because there's less walls, there's less tentacles that can come out. And let's see what they're doing. So the base stats are going up. Mana is going up. Health growth is going up. I guess she had mana problems, which is actually pretty sad. Any champion that has mana problems is really sad. I don't know why the fuck that shit's in the game still. Well, I know why, but their explanation doesn't matter. It's supposed to control how often you spam abilities. Bro, no one cares. Everyone has enough mana, usually except like the three champs that don't. Like Blitzcrank and I guess Alawi. But if they spam three things, they're done. Which is stupid. But that's probably because they're really OP with what they do. Either way, the passive. She's healing more missing health. Wow. Oh, so they're going to be saying they're looking to just the tentacle shit later on. Okay, cool. Jax, the top laner that's memed on for liking children because all the players who play him are children lovers. What are they doing? I think he probably landed pretty well because even though if he's not using Divine Sunderer, he had other build options like Triforce. And because all the items like Ravenous got updated, he's probably a lot better because getting that active back gave a lot of people some good damage. So I think Jax is probably pretty good. But let's see, because he has options. Jax, if nothing else, has options. So maybe they'll nerf him. Jax has landed just fine after Divine Sunderer's removal, as he got plenty of other viable options. Wow. He's been a long-standing top performer in top lane, and now we're taking him down a peg. Ha. For a champion long known for his late-game prowess, which I love about him, his early laning is too strong. That's pretty true as well. So we're weakening his primary trading tool, making him rely on gold income to carry more. I think that's fair. I think what they're saying is really true. A good Jax player will just win the lane and then win everything. Like, Jax is stupid. Granted, you have to have good fundamentals, which is very hard for some people, even though Riot's making it easier. But I think this is definitely true. He is a little stronger on the early game. But if he's not stronger on the early game, he can't compete with the other disgusting champions. So they're basically not trying to make him a disgusting champion, but they're still going to have others, so this isn't good. But let's see how bad this is. So, I actually didn't know it did max health damage. That's crazy. So what are they doing? The base damage is going down. The max health damage is going down. That's whatever. He's slightly worse, but not that much. But the E actually does do a lot of damage. It's low-key pretty good. Karma. I don't know how caster supports landed. I could probably think pretty okay, but let's see. Karma, I think, is the jack of all trades, master of none. But we'll see what that really means. So her base health is going up. Her Q damage is going up AP-wise, which is actually a really good scaling. Wow. I can actually see people building AP Karma, not even to troll, to actually just chunk. And then her scaling shield is going up by 50%. And base damage. Wow. Wow, they're kind of... Okay, if there was, like, levels to these buffs above, right? To Ezreal and Darius, They're all good. I think Gragas got like the bottom one a little bit. Like he's got the okay one. They got the medium one. This is a high one. It's good. It's not crazy, but it's a high one. It's a high good one. Karth ass. I feel like Karth is. I don't know. I don't know how he would do. Mage items shouldn't necessarily help him, but Karthus is kind of his own animal. I feel like he should be stronger though, but it's just you could just straight up just kill him. Like if he's an issue, you just go and smack the shit out of him, and then you run away, and that's how you counterplay Karthus. I really don't know. Let's see. Okay, so the changes did land favorably, underperforming in roles he succeeded in. Well, it can't be mid. So what are they doing? So his Q is going up by a good amount. That's pretty good. And then his MR reduction is going up by 10%. That's actually really good. Holy shit. I do think tanks are overall better though, but I think that's pretty good for Karthus. Karthus, again, this is probably on the bigger side of a good buff. That's not bad. So Dairu Ball. I think Rumble sucks, but let's see. Rumble is currently dealing a bit too much damage. Okay, I was wrong. So they reduced it. We're lowering his Q base damage as this deals quite a lot early, which it's supposed to. And it can be difficult for his opponents to answer. Just get good. I feel like Rumble's ability has decent enough counterplay because he kind of has to be on top of you. Like, Rumble has clear, I think, strengths and weaknesses. Granted, those can be skewed a little bit too far. But I think for what he's supposed to do and what he gives, I think it's fine. Relatively. But I could be wrong because, again, I haven't seen him with the new item, so I don't really know. So what are they doing? And they're also including nerf duty, so they just really don't like Rumble right now. So his Q is going down. Oh, it scales off max health. I didn't even realize that. Wow. It's going down by 10%, and then... Sorry, not 10. Yeah, no, 10%, and that's... Or no, sorry, 10 base damage. That's it. You're joking, right? You're joking. That's ass. Wow. And then the MR shred early is going lower, but that's fine because you don't have too much early. But early actually does matter with how the math works, so this is fine. You're losing 2%, but that's actually pretty decent. Not great, not terrible, decent. Yeah, Rumble's slightly worse, but I still think he's pretty good. Shen. So every patch I've heard from the Shen mains, and the Shen mains complained. They literally said, okay, we're not going to play this champion. We're going to boycott Shen until you do what we want and fix him. And they honestly know better than Riot most of the time. Like, not just the Shen mains, just the mains in general. They probably know more than Riot does because they actually love the champion and actually play them. They know the ins and outs of them. So this is where I fully believe that Shen probably was getting shafted by Riot. And every patch, I forgot how they explained it, but every patch basically made Shen objectively worse somehow. And it was like over, like, I think something crazy, like 20 patches that he was not getting better. He was just getting worse. Even though I think Shen is really good. He's a really good champion. So, what are they doing? Shen's not also doing too great with the new items in order to help him when I give him his power back. And look, they even address it here. He's slowly lost over time, his early game. So they're giving him 4 AD. That might seem like a little bit, and it kind of is, but 4 AD with what they usually give is not bad, but is it overall great? No. Is it more than they give? Yes. Is it enough? Probably not. But Shen is slightly better. It's not bad. So, Timon, apparently he's performing really well, which is crazy to me. Will be increasing his R charge time since he synergizes excellent with Malignance. Oh, that's why. Which is increasing his R frequency by a meaningful amount. We're also including nerf to his E because he's doing too much damage. Interesting. So again, I haven't seen it, so I'm just going to trust them on this one, even though I hate doing that. Also, I need another tissue. Fuck. Like, where is my body producing all of this material? Like, I'm going through so many tissues right now. It's insane. Oh my god, I'm running out of tissues. Dude, this is crazy. But I love being sick, so it's fine. Anyway, the magic damage on hit is going down by 5%. That's pretty good. Especially because you do it so often. It's literally on your autos, so it doesn't have to have that high of a ratio. That's fine. And then the charge time. I think they fucked up the writing here because that says 3... What the fuck? That says 300,025. No. That says 30,025. I'm stupid. So now it's going, excuse me, up by 5 seconds. That's honestly not bad because you already get a lot of cooldown anyway. Especially, I think, with Malignance. But that's cool. TF. I think TF is pretty good. From the initial things I saw him one-shot in Cowstep on PBE. And with all the mage items and stuff, he's probably pretty decent. So let's see. Multiple adjustments to support more itemizations. So with lack of mythics, we want to take advantage of TF's opportunity to basically build bullshit, aka AD probably. The shell players that are picking TF instead find themselves against a take comp where ADTF is more appealing. That's disgusting. But actually, I will actually accept this. I think ADTF, with how much of his kit is sort of helping him with it, is one of the few times where I will actually say this is fine. Like, I don't like champions being able to go 2 builds except Kaisa. But I honestly think this is okay because TF works with it. I think this is cool. I think it's fine. So his basic attack speed is going down, but his growth is going down too. That's weird. Okay. His passive, nat 20. Ha! Dungeons and Dragons. Critical strikes now roll an additional 6-sided die that is weighted towards 1 rather than 6. Damn. But you are getting extra gold, so that's pretty good. That's actually crazy. So, yeah, ADTF might be a little bit better now. Wow. Even though I think AP is just fine, too. So his card damage now has an AD ratio, so you can go hybrid even. That's a little crazy. And then W, so critical strike multiplier added increased damage. Damn! So they all basically have increased in damage. Wow, and the blue card gets a lot. Holy shit. The blue card gets 57.5 depending. Holy shit. Logate card now resets his auto attack timer, which is an insane quality of life change. I would wager that's a buff, honestly. Pick a card now affects inhibitors and the Nexus. That's insane. Wow. And then the bonus attack speed on the E is going up by 20%, which is really good. The damage is going up with an AD ratio, which is insane. And then the quality of life adjustment started. Stack deck now affects towers at 50%. That's really good. And then TF's deck now becomes fully stacked on spawn. Wild. I would actually say TF has gotten the biggest buff this patch so far. This is actually wild towards AD-TF players. It's sad they won't do this to actual ADs, but they'll do it to him. Crazy. Really good. Crazy. I think that's really fucking good. AD-TF players are eating. And then we have Vigvog Vinegar. I don't know how I feel about Vagar. I feel like Vagar should have been one of the big winners with all the new item changes, especially because he's the burst mage. But I feel like it kind of didn't land as heavy as I thought, because I actually have played some Vagar, believe it or not. I would want to see a buff, though. Like, Smolder coming out really just made me feel like Vagar's Q got shafted, and he kind of needs an ASU. Or, sorry, a gameplay update. Because I feel like his kit is so outdated. It's cool, it's nice. But, like, bro, they gotta make that Q better. Like, Vagar could be done better, I feel like. I feel like he's old enough to where it's time. Like, the W is so boring. The E is pretty good. The R, obviously, they have to keep. The W and the Q are the things they can mostly change, I think. Excuse me. What are they doing to my boy? Vagar has been struggling into the myriad of assassins, makes sense, of both the AD and AP variety, so we're giving him a little baseline survivability. This is where Vagar has a lot of options, though. You could go tank Vagar, you could go full burst Vagar, you could go hybrid Vagar. I think Vagar has options, so I think they don't need to change him much. It's just people need to learn how to play differently on him. He has a lot of options because of his kit just giving him free stats, so I think this is fine. Sad, but fine. Items. Okay, let's see what they're doing. So Bloodsong, I could already tell right here. This is the item that Lucian built that was really, really good. That Cutie abused to climb Elo. So in an attempt to simplify tooltips for players, we went a bit too far when it came to removing information. We agree that player feedback, we've been thinking about bringing them back. We still think there's value in improving tooltips, but we didn't hit our mark. Okay, they're actually conceding. Wow. So starting 4.14.2, we'll be adding them back. Nice. So, Bloodsong. I forgot what this item does. I don't really know. Bloodsong contribute purely heavy to the amount of burst in the game, which is something we're aiming to correct. We believe Spellblade is important. Oh, it's a Spellblade thing. For supports, no less. Wow. So, exposed weakness is being nerfed by 2%. And instead of 8 for ranged, it's 6. I think that's pretty medium. That's not too much, but it's not too little. I think it's bordering on the side of a little like, damn, that's a little harsh, but it's whatever. It's support. It's not supposed to be crazy. Hexplate. Hexplate builds out of Noon Core without actually having any on-hit damage. That's hilarious. So instead of that, which makes no sense, they're putting Heartbound Axe instead, which makes more sense. So that's cool. So the Overdrive, or actually, I don't even know if this item is for supports. I honestly have no clue. I think it is though. It should be, but either way. So now they're just changing that. The attack speed's going up, and the passive is going down. Okay, that's cool. I don't know what this item does. I honestly forgot. It looks weird as shit though too. Frozen Heart. The cost is going up. Wow. I think this was really cheap too. Like, they're saying it was too cheap. I agree 100%. With all the other items that got their cost increase and stuff, this one was like a dirt cheap option. Nasus must have been eating well. Horizon Focus. What do I think of this? I think Horizon Focus is probably crowded out by all the other items because there's probably better choices. Horizon Focus is not bad, and you definitely want to build on some people. I just wish the passives it had, which increasing the damage, was just higher. Like, instead of 10%, make it 15 or something. But I think this item's not bad. I also like the little lore thing they're doing where this and some other items like Cosmic Drive are basically a part of the same thing. And if you put them together, it tells a little story. So I think that's cool. Either way. Horizon Focus is once again relatively narrow. That's just looking weaker than others. That's true. So the Hyper Shot and Focus range is a little less, so you don't have to be as long range, which I don't think is the issue. And the passive Focus AoE reveal radius is bigger. So this is more, I think, quality of life changes, but this really isn't that good. This is whatever. Like, okay, cool, but I don't think this is the issue with it. Just give him more damage. Forehead. PD. So, what do they do to PD? What the fuck? So, reverting Phantom Dancer back to build out of Zeal again. Wow. Okay, whatever. Riftmacher. So, Riftmaker is probably really good because you can build it with other items now. So they're nerfing it to cost a little bit more. Cool. Nice. Steel Sigil. This is a component I don't really care. It's 100% gold efficient, and it feels a bit better to purchase. So it's going slightly down. Cool. But the total cost is unchanged because they're changing it around. Wow. Storm Surge. So I think this is one of the things that is a point of contention. This is increasing a lot to burst. So what are they doing? The AP is going down, and then the passive is staying same base, but scaling a little less hard. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what they say. Storm Surge has been a major contributor to the increased burst, and certainly a significant contributor to the time to kill for AP assassins. Yes, it is. It's also quite powerful after the hotfix nerf, so we're looking to decrease its scaling, multiplicative snowballing power. I think that's fair. Especially because it still gets free AoE if the target dies, but I think if they take away that part, it's probably going to be fine. It should only be single target, in my opinion. Stride Breaker. This item basically sucks dick now, so they're increasing the attack speed, and the total cost is going down. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Garen and Darius should be happy. Support items. We've seen double support items start to surface as a game warping strategy, of course, so we're adjusting the gold income rules even more so, and they're making it more convoluted. The gold penalty now applies globally to anyone who has a support item in their inventory. Additionally, every champion with a support item now contributes towards hitting the minion penalty. That has kneecapped this strategy hard. Cool. Bounty adjustments, because that shit is bullshit. I've noticed it again with Cutie a little bit, I think with Bloodsong, which is disgusting that that's allowed, but it is what it is. Right, fucking up the game. We made an adjustment to the bounty system, which will further reduce individual bounties for those on the losing team. Looking to improve an edge case where players on the losing team can get a seemingly undeserved bounty to accumulate a large amount of CS without dying. That's crazy. So if you're the losing team and you had a bounty, that just sucked. Wow. So they're just making it so that doesn't happen as often. Cool. Infernal Drake adjustment. I will say this about the Infernal Drake. I feel like the map change with the stupid feather shit was not as cool as I thought. I thought it'd be way cooler, way more powerful. That shit fucking sucks. Like, it's really not that good. The new Infernal terrain mechanic isn't quite making the impact we had hoped for. Wow. So we're looking to up the ability haste that each Cinder offers so that they are more valuable when you decide to adjust your game plan or pathing to pick some up. Yeah, honestly, they need to be worth more. I would say instead of 0.6, they should make it fucking 0.7 or 8. Don't make it 1, make it a little less than 1. But this is a step in the right direction. I still think it needs more. So, quality gameplay improvements. Let's see what they're doing. Champions. We don't believe that Kayn should be able to accelerate passive orb gained through runes. What? We previously adjusted that with first strike and are now doing the same for Airy. Wow, so he would get extra passive transformation from Airy damage. That's stupid. I feel like that's so negligible, but maybe apparently it wasn't. Frost R now heals even if the unit dies during the channel. Oh wow, that's a huge buff. Wow. Tarek now ghosts units during the cast. That's really fucking good. That actually is an insane buff. Wow. Ramus will now properly play his auto attack animation when his W ends. Okay, that's pretty quality. That's quality of life. Cled Q no longer variable duration, changing from 175 to 2 to 175 flat. Wow, that's insane. That's bad. That's bad. That's the way it was. Evelyn now tracks enemies falling under her ult threshold much more often. Damn. Jason's hammer now uses regular knockback instead of fixed distance. Interesting. That might be something that maybe might fuck with people. I don't know the math behind that or how it really feels. I don't play fucking Jace, who I call Bobby. Bobby sucks. Evelyn W can no longer target small monsters. Wow. It already cannot target minions. Ha! That's hilarious. Heimerdinger Q and RQ turrets now update their stats every 1 second. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. That is actually such a huge buff. It is insane. Before, you needed to like put out a new turret every time when you leveled up or got items. Now, every 1 second they update. That is insanely good. Wow. Wow, it took them forever to do that. Wow. Temo's default adaptive force is now ability power. Cool. York's in-game runes will now replace Global Glacial Augment with First Strike and Aftershock with Wait, what? This will affect 0.06% of Yorick players. Wait, so you're not allowed to take Glacial Augment or Aftershock? I guess because you can't proc them. You can't proc Glacial because you have no hard CC. You can't proc Aftershock because, again, you have no hard CC. That's crazy. So 0.06% of your players actually took those for some reason. Why? Gragas W now applies against turrets. So that's pretty good. So they're just increasing turret damage in general with on hits. Gragas W now applies damage in an AoE. Wow. Around the turret. That's pretty good. Cannon will now respawn with W fully stacked. That's quality left. That's pretty good. Ornn R and R2 will no longer be able to target allies on the minimap. I don't even know how the fuck that's possible. Cho'Gath R, oh, and this is a huge one here. I actually heard about this one. Cho'Gath R now grants 2.5 cast range per stack, but it has a maximum, unfortunately, of plus 25 range. That's actually really fucking good. Cho'Gath R attack range per stack increased. Wow, insane. Cho'Gath R tooltip now displays the range. Crazy. Fizz W now applies to structures. Okay, more of the usual. The dot obviously does not apply to enemies. Cool. Oh my god, my nose. Now it's stuffed. Now it's not running, it's just stuffed. Jax W and R now applies to structures. That's insane for Jax, no less. Especially with like the grubs too. Oh my god. Lulu's picks moves faster, especially when further away. That's cool. Vane's empowered Q cannot be accidentally cancelled. Kog'Maw gains an auto attack range indicator during his W. Oh, thank God. That is such a quality life change. That is so good. It changes literally nothing in reality, but wow, it gives you information. That's so fucking good. They need to add that on more people. That's amazing. Dude, this is making me come. Nami R will now strike behind her cast to mirror visuals. Okay, that's cool. Trundle Q has 25 bonus range. That's great. Volibear Q has bonus range. That's good. Nocturne Q Trail has 25 units more forgiveness. Nice. That's actually really nice. That's a really good quality of life. That you could be 25 units to have forgiveness when you're in it. Q Trail now attaches to large and epic monsters. Cool. Brand's passive now deals damage way more often, which is going to feel really good. It actually is going to feel like you're burning them. Neela's W now buffers out of other spells. That's really nice. You can queue it up. Neela's W can now be cast during other spells. That's really good. Neela's EQ is very inconsistent and often doesn't fire Q, and it's adjusted to be more consistent. Very cool. I hate Neela. Wards that would be placed besides a brush are now slightly nudged into them. That is amazing. That is actually so good. Wow, what the fuck? See, these are the type of changes that are good. Like, it's not holding your hand, except maybe the ward one. That one I can see is holding your hand the most, but all these are good quality of life things that should have been just fixed or in the game already. Oh my god, my nose. Ziggs's W should be able to be activated while rooted. That's true. That's good. Swain's passive will now be tracked as tooltip. Thank God. Poppy's buckler will now bounce back to her if the target is dead when it hits. Thank goodness. Akali's passive now extends itself very subtly if attacks are taken in the last few frames. I don't really know what that means. Shaco's club will now attack the nearest visible enemy when of it when dead. What? That's weird. Shaco's club will now stop to cast the fake W. It will only do so with the 300 units of Shaco Prime. Ha! That's pretty good. Wow. Pickboard about to go crazy. Shaco club will stop to cast a fake E. It will only do so with the same units of the primary target. This also fakes a missile. That's actually insane. Shaco Clone is actually going to fake out so many more people. They have gone... They have literally made, like, so much progress with Shaco. It is crazy. Like, now you will actually fool people with the clone if you are mechanically gifted enough. That's wild. Other changes. Sky's Broom will no longer reveal champion pets for longer than champions. That's good. That's actually insane that was the case. Shifted TMI Ravenous to use attack timers. Cool. Momentum items will no longer lose momentum when attacking traps or plants. Thank God. A number of champions probably have cooldowns listed on their passives. Cool. ARAM balance changes. I'll go over these pretty quickly. Actually, let me see what they read, because I actually do like ARAM. So we're aware of some of the items and champions overperforming in ARAM right now. Storm Surge. But with the balance adjustment coming to Summoner's Rift this patch, and subsequently coming to ARAM by default, we want to take a bit more time to avoid making ARAM hopefully less fun. You can expect some more follow-up in 14.3. Cool. Aphelios is getting nerfed. Gwen's getting nerfed. Mord is getting nerfed. Kale's getting nerfed a lot. Teemo's getting nerfed. Cool. ARAM surrender. Instead of 8 minutes, you have to surrender at 13. I believe that's what the surrender time for ARAM is. I think. Win games before 10 minutes. Win games before 13 minutes. Oh, no, that's the thing. Okay, cool. Wow. That's actually worse. You have to stay in ARAM a little bit longer. Shit. I do feel like some ARAM games were ending too soon because the team just gave up, though. Wow, that sounded unreal. Unreal Engine 5. Anyway, Brand VFX update. Oh, shit! Smolder isn't the only champion heating up this patch. We're stoking Brand's fire and cock as well with this VFX update. Wow! So base Brand, Cryocore, Zombie. Wow, okay. Spitfire and Battle Boss. Really good, wow. So Clash Noxus Cup, if it's not ARAM, I really don't care. Even though I probably should, because now I don't have work, so I couldn't do it. But this is what I'm talking about. I might honestly do it. I love free skin and shit. I might have to find a team for this. Who knows? Anyway, in case you're looking, plan ahead of your 5-sec, here's our class schedule. Does it say which one is the ARAM one? Oh, it does! It's on 14.6. It's in March. Okay, that's not bad. Practice tool updates. I heard they're adding a lot of stuff to practice tool, which is very good. Updating practice tool to work with some of the new features alongside some few changes. So, a button added to spawn void grubs and jungle monsters. That's really good. Button added to create a spell shield. That's cool. Button added to copy your inventory to your target. That's really good. So you can give the target items now. You can actually have them be tanky. Button added to cycle between various CC effects. Wow. Reset game now sets the game time to 0 in order to help with jungle time and clears. That's really good. Holy shit. Fix the bug that caused reset game to use the incorrect icon. Cool. Mythic shop rotation. I don't fucking care. Quality of life. Let's see this shit. Quick play surrender time adjusted. For 50% of active players vote yes. Change from 15 to 20. Damn. Update Nilly's recommended items. Wow. Remove the pop-out option for the chat window. Okay. And added statue locations for hubris on maps other than subject. Oh, that's nice. And bug fixes, I don't care. There's too many here. Jesus Lord. There's a lot. And some cosmetic ones. Wow. And then the upcoming skins. So I have really not seen anything about these skins. I didn't even know this was the thing. So let's see what we're dealing with. So, Primal Ambush Sivir. So overall, I'll just say this. I don't like the theme of Primal. I mean, they're hot as shit, sure. But I really am not messing with the theme right now. So, Primal Ambush is interesting. I mean, it looks okay. I gotta see the in-game and the effects for sure. But I'm really not a fan of, like, bone stuff and, like, dinosaur old stuff. But, you know, I like Project, I like Star Guardian, all that stuff is my favorite. This stuff isn't really tickling my fancy too much. But either way, let's see what we got. So, we got Primal Ambush Sivir. She looks hot. I think we have enough Sivir skins, though, so I'm a little upset by this, even though it's an AD. Sivir kind of sucks, too. Primal Ambush Riven. Riven has a shit ton of skins, but I honestly don't mind her seeing... I don't mind seeing her as, like, a bone woman. That's pretty hot. Primal Ambush Vi. I think Vi has a lot of skins, too, but I think this could work. Also, she kind of looks like a cat girl almost. That's really hot. Primal Ambush Talon, I think the skin probably sucks ass. But, and why Talon of all people? Interesting. But this skin line is bad, so I guess give it a Talon. That's fine. 3 Honors Recon. I was actually jump scared by this when I started League recently. Because I play like a game here and there. And I was like, wow, they made this skin for him. I was like, oh shit. It really doesn't look that good though. I think the 3 Honor shit looks too lazy. Like they really need to make just different skin lines. I've recently played Smite again because it's their anniversary and Smite 2 is coming out. And they had a lot of rewards, which is another thing Riot doesn't do like Smite does. Smite in a lot of ways, except gameplay, is better than League. One of the ways where they beat the absolute ever-living shit out of them is with skins and cosmetics. This is where League is getting worse, ironically, with skins. Not only are they giving skins to worse people, some of the skins aren't that good with the thematic, and they're introducing $200 shit bundles with, like, you know, the stupid $200 chromas. Smite, on the other hand, has a lot of different tiers of skins. Some are expensive, some aren't. However, this is where Smite just offers you so many skins and so many ways to get them for free. Granted, it's behind a gacha loot system, which does really suck dick. But they do so many collabs too, which League doesn't do at all. And they have so many skins in the game, of which are really crazy thematics. Like, there's so many thematics there. And then to top it all off, like, it's just the Smite skins are just straight up better. Like, there's so many, and the themes are crazy. The collabs are crazy. It's wild. Now, granted, maybe that has really bad readability and visibility, especially with, like, the crossover skins for sure, which League does not want to do that. League, I would say, is definitely more competitive, so I could see it from that standpoint. But, God, do these skins suck, and they're not getting better. It's somewhat getting worse. So, yeah, 3 Honors Akshan is kind of ass. That's the free skin people are getting if you're honorable. Good luck. Here's the spin in the face. Foreseen Yasuo is actually a really good skin. I think they hyped it up so much to where it should have been a legendary. It honestly should have. I think they should have put the time and care into it to make it a legendary, because they advertised it like it was a really good skin, and it looks hot as shit. It's a really good skin, but it's like, it's a 1350. They should have made it a legendary. And then we have Heaven Scale Smolder. I don't know where the fuck this comes from. Heaven Scale is kind of just random, but I actually don't mind that. I like them adding different skin lines, because look, at this point, we're getting Primal, 3 Honors, Foreseen, which is, I don't think we have another one, and Heaven Scale, which I think we have another one, but I'm not sure. So we're getting essentially 4 different themes in this. I actually really like that. I want more. I want them to make more skins and better skins and crossovers. But either way, these skins are really kind of ass. The Akshan's one is kind of ass. The Primal ones are kind of ass a little bit. Foreseen is pretty good. Heaven Scale is decent, but he looks weird, and it's Asian themed, so I don't really like it. Either way, though, that's the patch. If I had to rate this patch, I think they're definitely fixing some shit. We have to see. I think overall, the fact that ADs suck is really sad. But looking at this patch alone and knowing they didn't buff ADs too great, it's definitely going to affect the score. But I think this patch is bad. I would give it like a... they didn't really change too much. Maybe 4.3 might be better. We'll see. I think this is going to be a 6 out of 10 Mark Merrills. Honestly, I don't think this is too bad. They actually did address the Blood Song thing, which I knew was an issue. They're somewhat addressing Burst, kind of. I think they're going to need to do probably a little bit more, but that's how Riot does it, sadly. But they fixed a lot of quality. You know what? I'm actually going to boost it up. 6.5 because of all of this. 6.5. These stuff are really good. I want to give it a 7, but I can't. 6.5 out of 10 Mark Barrels. But that's it. Anyway, I'm still sick, so being sick, instead of resting, I'm going to go to the gym and then go shopping because I'm the only one in the house who does stuff. And that's going to be it. So I hope everyone enjoyed. And yeah, watch me at Twitch TV says Tecnics channel. Eee!